what would you say are the biggest fragilities in the world at the moment, given what we saw? And how do you even pick up that conversation between President Zelensky and Donald Trump?
I think the biggest challenge is that the global security system can be destroyed. And then, as Professor already mentioned, there will be simply many more conflicts around the world opened up, and it means just much more sufferings. And to your previous question, like, are we in a World War III? I think we are, to a large extent, already are, because we can see the involvement of North Korea in Russian invasion of Ukraine. There are already few thousand of North Korean soldiers on the ground there, and the plans to send more and more soldiers. We also see, Iranian drones and Iranian missiles landing on the territory of Ukraine. So to a large extent, we are in the World War III. I think also what we see that the warfare is innovating and is changing very quickly. I think now we are witnessing the drones fights, so where drones are fighting with the drones, something that maybe previously was only in the fiction movies. Now this is the reality, because indeed Russia has had a strong military potential, and it used all of that on Ukraine, and Ukrainians, when they were left with no other choice but to innovate, have already came up with many different techniques. And unfortunately, this also means that they can be applied in other areas.
There was an argument that claimed that President Zelensky wants to draw out this war because there's an awareness that Russia has been weakened. And how true is that?
I think we definitely see that the Russian economy is weakened. There are less and less data that the Russian Statistic Department is publishing. We also have clear signs that economy is not doing well, the conscription is not doing well, and Russia is unable to move as fast as they can, because the progress that Russia has, it's taking village by village, but in a very long time. So there is no prospects for Russia to take the territories that it already claimed as part of its constitution in a military way. So the only way Russia see it, they can do it, is through some negotiations where Ukraine will be put in a position where it has no support. In my understanding, this would not happen. Even if all external support to Ukraine stop, I don't think Ukrainians would agree to voluntarily give up their territories. So there is this moment also to maybe stop Russia. As we know, Ukrainian forces already took back 50% of territories that was occupied in 2022. So if anyone thinks that whatever Russia takes, no one can take back, this is not true. Ukrainians already got back 50% of their territory, including very large parts of cities like Kherson or Kharkiv region, where massive territory was gained back. So there is this possibility with the right support.
And just back, I wanted to respond just in terms of on whether we were in World War III. I think in a way I agree with Swinka that we are actually in World War III already. Not in a way that we think everything has changed, wars in the way say the Second World War and the First World War, the way we thought about it, I think has changed. We are actually now in the Second World War. We are just not labeling it. If you just just the fact that the Russia-Ukraine war has now actually brought in so many countries, but also what's happening in the Middle East is another war on its own, and the two theaters are getting closer to each other. And the players are intermixed already and getting closer. And then the third aspect of this war is the trade war that the US has unleashed now, the tariff war. So you have got, the security, the military one, and on the other hand, you've got a trade war. So we essentially are in the Third World War now already. So I think our challenge is as countries is how do we prevent this war from escalating to other countries? And a key part of preventing an escalation is to resolve the Russia-Ukraine conflict in a way that does not disadvantage the victim Ukraine. If we don't do that, if that doesn't happen, it will spill over into a bigger war, so more regional wars, which will then culminate, I think, into a real big war.